A key component of financial preparedness is estate planning, and a key component of estate planning is writing your will, a legal instrument that you need to get in place. Writing a will is a complex task since the person writing it will not be around to explain the fine print and the nitty gritties of his or her intentions when the time comes to execute the will. Increasing this complexity is the ever changing and dynamic nature of the value of assets held by the testator, as well as his relationships between the time he writes the will and his demise. In this video, we guide you on every little detail and finer print of writing a will based on the inputs of Bijal Ajinkya, partner, Khaitan & Co. LLM International Law. Now, what is a will? A will is a document written by a living person stating his or her wishes to be executed after his or her death and the succession or distribution of his wealth and assets post discharge of his or her liabilities. He or she who writes the will is called the testator. The watchouts of writing a will yourself. Though simple to draft even when sitting at home, a will can be very difficult to prove in court if ambiguous and subsequently contested by any person post the testator's demise. It can have underlying complexities, battles over which can mar relationships strongly. Writing a will from home. Amid this pandemic, where setting up meetings with legal advisors has become difficult, individuals have naturally drafted wills at home, mailing them over to their advisors and carrying on the process forward virtually. So, how does one write a will? Here's a point-by-point guide. Pre-preparation. An important task for the testator is listing down his or her assets and liabilities, which will be further categorized into the following subcategories. Movable properties such as cash, stocks, etc., which keep changing till the demise of the person. Immovable properties such as land, apartments, which are less likely to change over time. And finally, a bucket comprising jewelry, family heirlooms, which have sentimental value for the family. Net worth or wealth is lower than the total. Testators must remember that because of the presence of liabilities of the person, this would be adjusted against the aggregate assets and the final wealth will be divided, and such final wealth will naturally be lower than the earlier total wealth. Adding heirs as joint holders or nominees. Regarding movable properties, adding the heir as a joint account holder or nominee will help ensure smoother transmission or transfer of assets post the testator's demise. As far as immovable properties are concerned, it would be wise to leave specific properties to a specific heir or a particular individual rather than leaving a specific property to two or more persons to keep in charge of management. This will help prevent disputes among heirs over management of such properties. If such demarcation is not possible, then you can mention how the heirs can distribute the properties among themselves. Nomination for a house or flat within a housing society only makes the nominee a trustee post the owner's demise and not the legal heir unless specified in the will. With respect to heirlooms that have sentimental value, besides mentioning the heir to a specific heirloom, it is advisable to state the reason why you're choosing this person to be the recipient. How to choose an executor of will. An executor performs the task of collecting the assets of a person, discharging the liabilities from such assets, and distributing the residual wealth as per the will. This process is called administration of the will. When choosing an executor, look for two requirements. The executor should be trustworthy or a close confidant of the testator. He should be younger than the testator to reduce the chances of the executor dying before the testator. Witnesses to the will. Next, the will makers should identify two individuals who are not recipients of any part of the assets under the will but are willing to testify that they saw the testator create and execute the will in front of them. They may also have to confirm that the person who was drafting the will was of a sound mind and wrote the will out of his or her own free will. These persons are called attesting witnesses, and typically lawyers, doctors, and chartered accountants are chosen to carry out this task. Include their names, addresses, and telephone numbers in the will itself so that the heirs have no difficulty tracing these witnesses. If the testator is a very senior person, a fitness certificate from a registered doctor can also be included and attached to the will. Registration and videography. While it is not mandatory to register a will, in case the testator expects that the heirs are likely to challenge the will in court, it may be a good idea to actually do so. The testator may also videograph the will, where the testator himself reads out the will in front of the camera. All these acts add towards reducing the challenge to the will and making it stronger and hold more ground. Where do you keep the will? The testator must store the will in a place where it can be easily found and accessed, such as in the cupboard, as well as a copy of the will should be left with legal advisors. That brings us to the end of this video. Remember, you should write your will as early in life as possible, no matter how many or few assets you are in charge of. In the second part of this video and in our next one, we will spell out the format of a typical will for you, along with details to mention in your declaration. So stay tuned, stay safe, and don't forget to check out ET Wealth's latest offering, ET Wealth Legal or Will, with everything you need to know about estate and succession planning.